Okay. It looks like we are live. No, yes, no, yes, no, yes, yes. Happy April Fool's Day. Happy Monday. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome. My name is Jason Levine, Principal Worldwide Evangelist for Adobe. Unsuccessfully making April Fool's jokes today. And for today's brief live stream, I thought I would talk to you about how to use motion graphics templates in Premiere Pro, and specifically how to find the pre-installed motion graphics templates that we offer when you download and install Premiere Pro CC 2019. I've got a series that I often promote here on the Facebook streams, how to make great videos, where 2 years ago, or probably about 18 months ago, I did a whole series on an entire workflow with Premiere and After Effects Audition to show how to use sort of everything and edit and motion graphics and sound and everything else. And there have been quite a few changes to the Essential Graphics panel where you access and work with motion graphics templates in the 2019 version of Premiere. Even some slight changes in the 2018 version. And that video was cut in the late 2017 version. So just this weekend, I had a bunch of people asking me, well, how do I find the presets you were using? And I don't see the drop-down menu, and I'm confused and blah, blah, blah. So I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you where those things are, and then also show you how you can access and download new motion graphics templates via the new Adobe Stock button inside the Essential Graphics panel. And then, of course, you still have complete searchability and the ability to license directly from the CC Libraries panel as well, also from the web. So lots of different ways that you can access these templates. But I just thought first and foremost, just to kind of show you where the native ones are, how you can store them locally if you don't want to put them in your libraries, and then we'll kind of take it from there. So as always, we've got our live interactive chat. So Gary, Avirup, Abdul, Keith, Rogelio, Thomas Benner, how are you? Sharif, Chris Pendy. Oh, from 30 Rock. I was just watching 30 Rock last night. Very nice to see you. Amy, happy Monday. Cleilson Silva from Brazil. Navid, Dennis, Vinayak. Motion graphics, yeah. Okay, very cool. All right, let's bounce over to the tubes. All right, Imran, how are you? Universal Mouse. Lewis, Spiros from Greece. Nice to see you. And looks like we've got lots of people on Periscope as well. Desiree, Ice Cat, G-Man, USG, Pretty Lib. Okay, nice to see you. All right. So let's go ahead and switch over. And I'll take questions, by the way, on this stuff at the end so I can kind of get through all of this. I'll periodically look over, though, and see if there's anything that's cropping up that needs my attention. All right. Good subject, Mano AE. Oh, perfect. All right. Juan Jesus. De nada. All right. Jenna C., how are you? Marseille from France. All right. So here we are in Premiere Pro CC 2019, and you'll see that I'm currently in the graphics workspace. Now, mine may be slightly modified from yours. I did a stream a couple weeks back, Do Your Workspaces Bring You Joy? And the reason for that is that whereas for years I really didn't use them, now they're ridiculously useful. I mean, anyone will tell you that. And especially when streaming, I'm always having to change the configurations of my layout. So workspaces they're just wonderful. And we have a dedicated one for graphics, which kind of puts the Essential Graphics panel and as a result, motion graphics templates kind of right in front of your face. So this is an edit from my still yet unreleased web miniseries called Jace's Places, originally entitled Jace's Travel Places, shot in Tokyo couple years ago, and I wanted to add some sort of simple lower third or just animated graphics over the top of this scene. By the way, if you don't see the workspace bar at the top of your user interface, you can always access the workspaces from the window menu here under workspaces. And here's all of the workspaces. You can also see some of the custom ones that I have. This is also where you can reset to the saved layout of your workspaces. If you open up a workspace and then modify it, save your project and come back, it remembers the last state of the workspace that you left it in. So if you just want to reset it to the way that the workspace was saved, you can do that. Also, if you just simply click on the workspaces there, it'll give you a little pop-up. Do you want to restore to the original, etc.? You can also save changes to the existing workspace or just save it as a new one. So really, really awesome just to kind of get those things right in front of you where you need them. Okay, so if we take a look at the Essential Graphics panel in the upper right here, First and foremost, you're going to see that you have two sort of main tabs here. My Templates and Adobe Stock. Now, again, if you're coming from one of my older videos or some of the older videos out there on motion graphics templates shot pre-2019, this UI is going to look, or 2018 for that matter, this UI is going to look a little different. So we ship with a whole series of pre-created motion graphics templates for you. Basic lower thirds, titles, movie style, credits, even motion graphics templates that implement After Effects animation, little 3D objects and things, really cool stuff. But they used to be contained kind of in this main window in a drop-down menu, and they were sort of categorized that way. Well, now you'll notice that there's a checkbox up here for your local templates folder, and I think that's the default. I can't remember because this isn't a clean install here. But this is now where you will find all of your pre-installed motion graphics templates that ship with Premiere. And as I scroll down here, you can see there's lots of, here I'll zoom in so you can see the titles a little bit better. You know, you have a lot of these little angled titles, basic default titles. This is one that I've saved locally. This is not one of the standards here. This, incidentally, is one of our free motion graphics templates created by none other than Video Copilot, Andrew Kramer. But I saved that to my local templates folder, so that's why it's showing up there. You can see, again, some more sort of caption style. Here's some credits. Again, some bold, lower third, left side, bold, live overlays. So all of these things are contained in here. As we continue to scroll down, we should start to see some of the After Effects ones. Okay, so here's some of the After Effects created motion graphics templates, and you'll see that because they just have more advanced, more 3D-ish looking, just more beautiful graphics, because you can build those there and then use them directly in Premiere. So this is where you're going to find everything, and you can see if you used any of the previous like news motion graphics templates, these were really cool. This is where they are all contained. I want to point out as well that if you want more info on them, you can click on the little I button here, and this will take you into this slightly larger panel where it will show you the actual duration of the template, the file size, and the font that's used. Now, this is the really cool thing about these motion graphics templates, which is that if you don't have the font that's used in them, if they've been created with Adobe fonts, formerly Typekit, Premiere Pro will automatically sync that font so that you can begin using it inside that template right away. So this is a really cool feature. It also ensures full compatibility for your own motion graphics templates, whether you author them in Premiere or After Effects. If you're using Adobe fonts, no matter whom you share them with, whether it's via CC libraries or you save them locally, if it's got an Adobe font, if they open it up on their system and it says, you don't have blah, 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 bold, would you like to sync it, license it, boom, it'll just happen. It happens in the background and you're good to go and things display properly. So that's really, a very key feature of leveraging these templates because they will always display properly no matter whom you share them with if they're using Creative Cloud. Okay, so let's just start with one of the default ones here. I'm wanting to find something a little lower third, something like this, bold lower third left. So maybe I'll take this and just drag it right down into the timeline, something like this. All right, it's going to load the template for me. I don't know exactly what's on this, if there's any kind of animation or anything. Let me go ahead and turn down the track volume just a little bit. Don't have to really hear what I'm saying here. Nice still frame on me right there. All right, and let's see what we got.
Welcome to Jace's Travel Places.
Okay, so just a very standard looking title. This may actually be one of the ones that we ship with Adobe Premiere Rush. All right, so again, to make changes to this real simply, I can simply click on it. All right, and I'm already seeing here that it has some responsive design settings. We'll come back to that in a second. And when I click on that title that I just dragged in here, right away it takes us to the Edit tab of Essential Graphics, where we can see that this contains a shape, all right, which is that top line, our name, the title, and then a shape for the bottom line, okay? You'll also see that this has responsive design positioning involved. Now, what does this mean? Now, I'm not gonna get into a whole, this is not an authoring stream, this is just showing you how to access these things. You can go to one of my other streams where I talk about this, or the archived series, How to Make Great Videos, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JasonLevine. With responsive design positioning, What's awesome about these is that regardless of whatever aspect ratio you are working in, so if you're working in a widescreen aspect, a 16:9, or if you're going to go to square for social or vertical for social or whatever, any of these templates that use responsive design positioning will automatically reformat to the shape of your video. So, and it'll always pin itself into the position that you determine here. So this is really cool. It just makes them flexible. You don't have to redesign the templates. It's one of the nice features that we have. And as I was mentioning, you also have responsive design positioning. The reason for that being, you can see here, responsive design time. What you'll see is that if you take a look at the template here, there's a little gray section at the beginning of the template. And then I'm guessing this is the fade out of those graphics. Yeah. And there's a little gray section right at the end here. So when we select this, when we see responsive design time, what this is telling us is that it's going to protect the animation of how it flies that lower third on over 12 frames. It will always be 12 frames. And the outro duration, when it doesn't actually fly off as much as it looks like it just shrinks in size. I don't know if that's a scale keyframe or whatever. That will always be 5 frames. That's what these little gray sections represent. The importance of that is that you can stretch this template out for any duration, right? So it can be, in this case, what is this, like 15 seconds long or 5 seconds long. But notice those gray sections never change. They're always the same duration. So that's kind of the essential part of using responsive design time, is that it will preserve specific animations in the motion graphics template. By the way, as of the CC 2019 release last October, when it first was reissued, we now have responsive design on the After Effects side as well. So you can author templates there that have what we call in After Effects protected regions. Same concept, same thing here. You can have a beginning, middle, end. You can have any number of them. You can stretch the template out for as long as you want. But those protected sections where there's animation will always be the exact same duration. And incidentally, any keyframes that you have in the black area here, the non-gray area, if there's keyframed animation here, as you stretch, as you expand or contract, the keyframes of the animation will do the same. Okay? So lots of flexibility when it comes to using these things. Let's take a look at another one here. We'll go back to Browse. All right, try and find something a little more interesting. All right, let's try this one, or maybe this angled image caption. Okay, let's go with that one. Right here. All right. Oh, and here we go. So this is now telling me that there's a font that I don't have, Lotto Bold. All right, so let's go ahead and sync that. Click OK, and it says, of course, please allow time for the fonts to sync. Now, this actually says, please reload the project to ensure the text is rendered correctly. All right, now if I take a look at this, let's see. Oh, and we've got some more animation here.
Today we are in
Okay, oh, it's very small, skinny text there, kind of hard to see, but nice little animation. These were Premiere generated. I know this because that looks like effects animation. Let's go ahead and change the fill so we can actually see what that text says. All right, go into this orange color. There it is. And maybe change the style to like a semi-bold. Okay. We could just see it better. Not saying that's a great look, but you get the idea.
Today we are in
Okay. Cool. Simple. Easy. All right. And probably what I want to do in this case, look at that stop frame, is in fact close this because that appears not to be Lotto Bold. So let me go ahead and save this real quickly. Save this as 1A. Just going to close and reopen. All right, here we go. Oh, maybe it was. Okay, it didn't look like Lotto to me. I guess it is. All right, and if we take a look at the effects here, what have we got on here? So this is using a combination of Mosaic, Basic 3D, and Alpha Glow, and you can see that there's a series of keyframed animations in here. All right, all of these, because these were created on the Premiere side, are editable. You will also see that this animation has responsive design time applied as well. A 1 second animated fly on via the Mosaic and Basic 3D, and then a 12 frame outro fly off. You see the gray sections there? That's telling us that those animations are always preserved. All right? So real simple, real easy to start working with these things and bring them right into your videos. All right? If we go back to browse, let's go ahead and grab perhaps one of the After Effects generated ones. All right? And here I'll go to one of the Andrew Kramer ones here. Let's take this. And I think I've got all the fonts and everything necessary. Okay. Now this one, if we take a look here, now a lot of changes have been made to the way that things are displayed and how you can organize various elements of your motion graphics templates from After Effects when you bring them into Premiere. This was one of the first ones that we had as part of our free offering here. So it's got some very basic options, but you can see, whoop, what just happened to my mouse? You can see that my mouse is not tracking right now to the left or right. Wow, what's happening? Well, I can do the stream as long as it's up or down. Look, it's not going left or right. What's happening to my mouse? Mouse off. Yeah. Wise. Wise, Mojave. Nothing. Okay. Got another one. Gotta have mice all over the place. Come back to me, mouse. And if that isn't a first world problem, I don't know what is. Really? Okay, well that's great that that's all working, except I need my mouse to work. Oh. For real? That mouse is like April Fool's. Yeah. Thank you, Evil Cerise. If anyone remembers the old Twitch streams, it was about this time where I would then say, you know what I think about this mouse? Connected. Ah, okay. Now the original mouse is back. Let me just see. Am I low on power or something? 83. No reason. Okay. So anyway, you've got some basic options here, as you can see. Main title size. What's amazing about this is that, again, because of how these were authored in After Effects, you can see this one must have had some kind of expression attached to it, because as you're adjusting the title size, it's also adjusting the blast and all the particle things that he's got going on there. Again, this was authored by Video Copilot, Andrew Kramer. So freaking cool. I've been trying to find a video where I can just use this specific one just because I just really like it. And of course, all the text and everything can be edited right here. All right. Return of the mouse. Okay. When Bluetooth fails you. All right. And you can see that these things are not only dynamically editable, but you don't have to do anything in particular. And as you re-scrub over that original graphic, it's going to be, again, caching those frames just as it would if you were in After Effects when it's being authored, so that you can get real-time playback, all right? But this just kind of shows you, again, all of the other options. Curious that I used orange text because that happens to be the color tint here. Of course, this can be changed and modified to anything that you want as well. So again, they kind of put in those options here. Fracture size. Oh, so you can change the size of those little fractured elements. That's so cool. Invert brightness. Ooh, that's cool too. I don't even know if I don't think I even realized he had that option in there. And then backlight brightness. Super cool. All right. Really nice here. So this just kind of shows you, the slight difference between an After Effects based motion graphics template and a Premiere based one. And what we're ultimately talking about is there's just going to be, well, it's just going to be more beautiful if it was authored on the After Effects side, because you can do anything, right? Anything that you can create in After Effects, can become a motion graphics template. All right. It's so neat. Like, take credit for that, Thank you, Andrew Kramer, for making those so awesome. Okay, so that's just kind of showing you real quickly accessing some of your pre-installed. Now, this one was not pre-installed. This was downloadable, but let me show you how you get to that. All right. So if we go to Adobe Stock, the little tab right up here, you will notice that you have a free button and a premium button. All right. So obviously, if you're frugally minded, if you're an editor, most editors, first just check out the free ones. And I'm the first person to say that the free stuff is really good. Now, you don't even have to search on anything in particular. This will take you through a whole series of pages of free motion graphics templates. You can kind of scroll and scrub through them here. However, if you want to look for, say, background, oops, nice, you have to spell things correctly. That's the one consideration. Free background elements, all right? This will kind of showcase some of those to you here. You can see I'm resizing them here. Skip through some of these various things, many of which I've downloaded, or lower third, all right? Again, more and more lower thirds. We have thousands of these now added every month. I mean, there's so many new motion graphics templates. Actually, I believe we now have over 10 million 4K HD and motion graphics elements just for video in Adobe Stock now. That number has grown by leaps and bounds over the last year or 2 years, and that's thanks to all of you becoming contributors, myself included. All right. So again, lots of free stuff. Search on the free lower thirds or search on premium lower thirds. Of course, these are ones that you pay for, that you license. They're all the same price, I believe, but you've got some really cool ones. And if you take a look at some of these in particular, you'll see like some of these packs. Let me click on this one. This one says 30s lower thirds. This will kind of give you, again, it's really important. First of all, we have hover scrubbing. So as you hover scrub over the preview, it shows you exactly what these look like. And I guess it meant these are supposed to be like 1930s. Okay. Oh, you can actually see it's sort of doing a film emulation here. You can see all the scratch lines and everything. That's kind of cool. That grayscale color, kind of neat. So this again tells you, all right, it's 6 seconds, super small. Here's the font that's being used, Fairwater Script, which it'll synchronize once we download this. It's 1080p. There's 4 different variations of this. It actually tells you that in the preview here as well. And it says, of course, photos and videos shown in the preview are for display only. They're not included in the downloaded file. All right. So really nice, really easy. The other key element here, of course, is that in all of the newer templates and things that we offer, you can, based on how the author creates them in After Effects. In Premiere, you could always change the font. You now have editable font options on the After Effects side. And you can also, if you were to save these locally, you can open the actual mogrt in After Effects if they didn't give you editable text and edit it after the fact. That's very cool. And you open it as if it were a project, all right? Not a file import. That's essential. So you're opening the Mogrt as a project because what it'll do is it'll basically decompress or extract that .mogrt file into all of its original layers with all of the elements, and then you'll need to resave a Mogrt, which you can then place into libraries or save locally, okay? So this is kind of giving you an idea of just sort of searching through all the various offerings that we have up on Adobe Stock. And again, there's always new ones being added. Oh, that's kind of a cool one here. Textured blue lower third. I'm always looking for new ones here. A lot of these are very broadcasty. Does this one say? Yeah, so optimized for Premiere Pro. This looks like it was authored in After Effects, though, just based on the animation that I'm seeing here. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? And $19.99, I mean, yeah, if you're going to use this a lot, 10 seconds, uses 2 different fonts, super small, optimized for Premiere. It just doesn't get any easier than that. So that's looking for them via Adobe Stock. Now that's specific to motion graphics templates when you're inside the Essential Graphics panel. What if you want to look for more, though? What if you want to look for Mogurts, but you also want to look for video, or you want to look for vectors or images? Okay, well, this is where you can continue to use your CC Libraries panel. So let me go ahead and grab libraries. Let's stick that over here. All right. And here's looks. We were using those the other day. So again, here's motion graphics templates. So these are all the motion graphics templates that I've either authored or licensed from Adobe Stock. But of course, you can search on everything here. So if we go into our little search drop down. And by the way, again, this is new in the 2019 or 2018 version. You choose where you want the search to occur. So we want to search Adobe stock. All right. Click in here, and I'm going to say lower third, and you'll see that we have your filtered search options here. So photo, illustration, vector video, templates, 3D preview, editorial. If we go into templates, all right, now we're seeing those same templates that we just saw, albeit organized in a slightly different way. You can also see that these indicate right here, you know, premium, free, etc., etc. Premium, free, premium. Okay, you get the idea. So this is really useful and also just as easy to license. You can see you've got your little cart here, and it says license and save to whatever library you choose. Now remember, you can also just save locally if you so desire, or export them to be saved locally. Really simple. The other great thing about using the libraries panel is, and I had to do this just the other day for a live stream, was you know, you need a quick piece of stock footage. I don't even need to, I just need a preview. So it can be watermarked. That's the awesome thing. You can do that really, really easily. So let's just say I want, say, since we're talking Tokyo, I don't know why this is playing back. Let's go to Tokyo time lapse, and we don't want templates, we want videos. All right. So right away, we're just presented with dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of these. And again, as you hover over them, I don't even have to move, you'll see it begins previewing the content right here. And as well, you have the option here to either just save the preview. So let's say I want to use this shot here. It's 4K or HD. Let me just show you that workflow. So I'll click on Save Preview. And then it asks me up at the top, do you want to save an HD or a 4K version? You can license either version later. Well, I think that the content of this timeline is 1080. So I'm just going to use an HD watermarked preview. All right. It does its thing. It begins downloading, which let's see if I have my progress panel open. Oh, is it already done? Perhaps it is already done. It looks like it is. Oh, that was really fast. Way to go. What's my internet? Gigablast? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and add this to the project. All right. Oh, and here's where the actual download begins happening. There we go. It's imported. All right. Nice shot. And then, of course, we can drag those directly into our project immediately. And again, any of the ones that we have here, here's one that I just used the other day. We were doing masking and tracking, fashion model. Same thing here, just adding that to the project. I didn't need to license that because I was just using it, again, in its kind of raw state. Makes it very easy. Oh, I see. We're not in the home folder here. Okay, no problem. It's fine. You get the idea. So libraries, search on anything. You have filtered search, license and download from there. Essential graphics. This is where you can directly search Adobe stock for motion graphics templates, filtered between free and premium. Search on the type of stuff you're looking for. My templates, where you can not only showcase your local folders, but this is also where you can keep things organized. So a lot of people have been asking, but well, how do I, you know, you don't have folders in here per se. So how can I organize the various templates? Let's say I work in an organization. I've got sports templates. I have, you know, news templates. I have blah, blah, blah. How do I keep them organized? Well, one of the best ways or easiest ways to do it is just to make a library for that specific task, and then you can keep those libraries separate. So for instance, I have a shared library with my buddy Terry. So if I go into here, here's the stuff that we have in that library, okay? If I uncheck this, and I think it still is making you do that, check or uncheck. Yeah, so now we're seeing both. So let me turn off Jason and Terry. So now we're just looking in Jason's library. Here's all the things that I have in my personal library that I always access. And these are all the various ones that I've created and saved as well. So kind of a nice way to just keep things organized and clean, and an easy way to see all of them directly from within Essential Graphics. Again, if at any point I want to start using them, I can take this one like this abstract ink. Okay, oops, and I'm in the wrong tool here. All right, so I could take this and drag it into the timeline. Now again, based on, this is an After Effects one as well. This is an older one too. Based on how large it is, it's going to take potentially a few more seconds to load it in and extract all the elements there. Again, if we now click on this, this kind of shows you all the various editable things that they've got in here. All right, lots of editability here. You also, at any point in time, don't forget that you still have opacity control, so we can let things bleed through if we so desire. And because this is an After Effects template, right, as we scrub through it, it will begin to cache those frames so that we can see that animation playing back in real time, which you're seeing now. So there's the text flying in from both sides. You can see the ink is kind of expanding like that. All right, kind of a weird look with my opacity shift there, but you can see it pretty well there. What's up, Aunt Pruitt? Yes, you did. Oh, didn't know you could reauthor Mogart files. Yes, indeed. In fact, here, maybe I will show you that real quickly. Genesee, is there a preferred criteria, category, or search terms by which to search the premium templates? It's really based on the type, Jenna. So if here, let me do this real quickly. Hold on. I'm just going to, let me switch over to my camera shot here. I'm just going to open up the browser for you. In fact, here, I can actually do it from libraries. Let me go back up to here. Sorry, I'm just going to search because I'm forgetting all of the categories myself. To be honest. All right. So here, I'm switching back. I don't know why I just did that. I could have just... So double clicking on them from within the CC libraries takes you to the web. So here on the web, again, if we just go back to Adobe stock, let's go into templates, or just here. Let's just look at videos here. Search. Lower third. I want templates though. Lower third, templates. View filters. Okay. Oh, did they change the filtering? Oh. Huh. What? Really? Interesting. Okay. Sorry, Jenna. So, you know, there used to be a filter option here that showed you backgrounds, lower thirds. You could select what elements you wanted. That's not here anymore. Well, that stinks. Oh, I took that out. Okay. So now it's basically you're searching by app, price, relevance, and safe search. Why is my safe search enabled? Oh, because, well, I don't know. So great question, Jenna. I don't really have an answer for you. I guess the key is, again, so you've got backgrounds, transitions, lower thirds, backgrounds, transitions, lower thirds. There's like 5, 6 other categories that I'm forgetting off the top of my head. Transitions, backgrounds, lower thirds. Oh, titles, credits. Here, I'll probably find more if I go back into here. This will make me remember. Let me look in local. All right. Shrink this down here. Yeah, so titles, credits, backgrounds, transitions, lower thirds. That's 5. There could be some more. Transition, background, maybe it's just 5. So that's kind of it. Yeah, you're laughing. I know. These things change a lot. You know, this stuff is updating all the time. So it's been a while since I've looked at it at the web. But those are your basic categories that you're going to be looking for Mogarts. All right. Can you access these with Adobe Bridge? That's a great question, Just Incredible Studios. And the short answer is I do not believe so. Now, you do have Adobe stock searchability in there. And I don't know what happens if you navigate when they're stored locally. I mean, you'll be able to see .mogart. I just don't know if there's any functionality in Bridge to do anything with them in Premiere. So you can certainly see them. I just don't, I haven't tried it myself, and the path of where these are stored is, I'm not going to bother looking right now. That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. You'd have to take a look. All right. Let's see what else we've got over here. Can't you write backgrounds, transitions in the search? Oh yeah, Geronimo. Yes, of course you can. Yeah, no. I think she was just asking what are the like the common terms for searchability. So yes, but if you don't know what to search on, so backgrounds, transitions, titles, credits, lower third, those are all standards. I swear there were like 7, but maybe there were only 5 categories. Okay. Ahmed Khan Akib. I want to make my own motion graphics template. How can I add these controls in Premiere? So, Ahmed, it's as simple as literally taking the text tool. So here I'm going to turn this off. And if I take the text tool and I start typing, this is a Mogurt, this creates, as you can see here, a text layer inside the Essential Graphics panel. And you can start adding animations, you can add effects to this, you can do all of the functions that you see here, align and transform, the responsive design that I mentioned. If we want to add another layer that's a text box or something like that, okay, you can do that as well. Again, this is why I don't design these things. We can change the position of these. Doesn't that look great? Okay, again, I could use the align tools. We could adjust the fill and opacity of this lovely box. If we use the responsive design positioning capabilities, I can position it so that as I type, the box moves with the text. And then when I'm ready, I can say, export that as a motion graphics template, and everything that I've built in there right on screen, right on canvas in the program monitor. That's what's so cool. It's not a separate view. If you remember the old legacy titler, which by the way is still here in Premiere. Remember, that was a modal dialog. You were outside of the timeline. That's still there. This, you're creating it right on screen, right in front of you. So when you have it the way you want it, graphics, sorry, it has to be selected, of course. Graphics, export as motion graphics template, and you're done. You're good to go. Okay. Those colors remind me of Batman Begins. Okay. Michelle Kinrade, are the graphics you pick out saved on your computer or the cloud? So yes, so that's a great question. So again, and it's really easiest to illustrate here on the website, just UI-wise, but you choose where you want to save things to. So you can save them to any of your associated libraries. So here's all of my CC libraries, or you can save locally to the computer, okay? And the benefit there, of course, is that, well, then you're not tied to needing connectivity to use that Mogurt. Now, there's a caveat there too, because if you, let's say that there's a font that you had to license on a particular machine and you go to another machine and you're offline and you grab that Mogurt, it's going to say, hey, the font isn't here. We need to synchronize this, but you're not connected. Well, then you're so that's the one downside there. So you would have to have that font pre-synchronized on the machine when it was connected to the web. Otherwise, if it's just a standard already pre-installed font, not an issue, right? But that's the benefit of having them in the cloud, is that it'll say, oh, by the way, you can still have it saved locally, and if you're just connected, it'll say, oh, would you like me to get that font? And it'll synchronize the font. So let me clarify. Saving locally doesn't mean it won't synchronize the font. I was talking about saving locally but being offline. So that's part of the reason why I love saving locally, is because that way they're self-contained. I can package them up if I'm archiving or sending the whole project to somebody, and there's no library dependency whatsoever. All right. Mikey186, can this also work on Premiere Rush? So yeah, so there are, and as you just saw on the web, you can see it right here, there are specific motion graphics templates that we've authored for Premiere Rush. You're actually taking a look at some of them, right? So these are some of the Rush designed lower thirds right here, okay? So yes, we have many for Premiere Rush, more getting added every day. Okay. Bruce, will your mouse be doing its disappearing act at NAB? Let's hope not. What is up, Craig? How's it going? Okay. Let's see, do we have any more questions here? Luxomania from Spain, how are you? Avid Warp, nice to see you. Alan John D. All right, DJ Arcane, Anush, The Wonger, Jesse Hunter, Goatheart. All right, nice to see you. All right, well, it looks like T-Beast, you got a sudden craving for yogurt because it rhymes with Mogurt. I know the feeling, my friend. All right, everyone. Well, that is the end of today's stream. So thank you so much for watching. Again, you'll be able to watch the replays, whether on Facebook, Twitter, and Periscope. Mikey, Adobe Stock has infinite possibilities. Couldn't agree more. As well as on YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow on the, I think I'm on the Creative Cloud Facebook page tomorrow. I'll have to relook. Showcasing some additional workflows. Also want to remind you that this Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, what's coming to the next updates of the digital video and audio products. So this Thursday, 9 a.m. Creative Cloud Facebook page. I'll be live streaming to show you everything in the newest updates. So that might beg the question, well, when are they releasing then? Can't say, but I'll be showing it to you Thursday morning, so could be sometime around that time. I don't know. I can't say. All right. But very exciting stuff coming. So you'll want to tune in for that 9 a.m. Pacific time on the Creative Cloud Facebook page, as well as on Twitter, Periscope, and on YouTube. So Avid Warp, thanks very much. So until then, have a great rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll see you again next time. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.